Right, good evening everyone. Antony here for Vloguary for what should be yesterday but is actually today, or is it the other way around? Because it's just gone midnight after having kind of watched BBC Question Time with the mute mainly on because it was one of the most shockingly partial stroke biased panels I've seen for a very, very long time. So, where are we today? I was out with my good friend Jules from Dowsing Sound Collective and also Snaptitude Photography, who managed to get my new camera lens to sing kind of in the way Valka does with Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon 2. Talking of which, yeah, I've got Puffles here. Later on today, I'm going to be going along to a City Deal board meeting. For those of you who don't know, here in Cambridge and South Cambridgeshire, we got a bit of money from the government to invest in transport and other infrastructure and a bit on skills as well, but it comes with lots of terms and conditions attached to it, and I've been scrutinising it with a few other people over the past 18 months or so, as you see either from previous video clips or from blog posts that I've written. I was one of the people who submitted evidence to the call for evidence that they recently had, and they've just published their summary of it, and it's a hell of a lot of detail and very, very heavy reading. So it'll be interesting to see how they try and summarise all of that lot in the meeting later on. So I'm going to go along with camera. I'm probably going to leave you behind because it's really, really heavy stuff. And this is one of the things that I guess does my head in with scrutinising all things local democracy. And I was talking to Jules about this earlier, and I've been talking to other people about this, is that the way a lot of the information is presented and the way the summaries are done, it makes it very difficult for ordinary citizens to really pick up and get a sense of what is going on, to the extent that they can contribute meaningful and informed responses. Now, this has got nothing to do with the intellectual capabilities of the of citizens generally. It's more to do with the publicising and basically how institutions try to engage with their local communities. And I think Cambridge, I have felt for a very long time that Cambridge can do a lot better than it currently has done, in particular given the the intellectual wealth that we have in this city. So how is it that, as a friend of mine, Andy Clark, famously tweeted, "Cambridge, we are a city full of smart people stuck in stupid traffic." And if you look through the archives, of which glimpses from the likes of historian Mike Petty and Chris Elliott and friends, will show Cambridge has had traffic problems for decades, and we're still nowhere near solving them. In fact, at times it just feels like it's getting worse, and the way some of the future housing designs are done, in particular with speculative developments, it doesn't feel like we're helping ourselves. And unfortunately, the only way to get the necessary changes and the necessary powers that a decent municipality or a decent city needs in order to manage these very difficult problems requires an act of parliament, and George Osborne is not going to devolve any of those powers from the Treasury, despite all of the localism rhetoric that we've heard over the years. And again, with Labour, it's not in their DNA to be decentralising things. Historically, in particular under Gordon Brown, they liked having that power held up in the Treasury. Understandable from a politician's perspective. If the media are going to blame you for things that are going to go wrong, then at least make sure that you actually have the levers of power to do something about it when you get blamed, rather than being in a position to say, well, actually that's a problem for a local authority to sort out. So maybe there's a media education thing in there. Anyway, like I said, tomorrow afternoon, I'll be heading down to the City Hall, assuming I'm not completely knackered, because I feel I've lost the past couple of days just to sleeping or catching up on sleep debt. So yeah, I guess in that regards, watch this space. Anyway, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.